Las Vegas, the home of a tunnel. That's what they got over there in Vegas. This f***ing tunnel. Okay, so a whole bunch of years ago, Boring Company, which is the company, one of Elon Musk's f***ing companies, they started working on this f***ing thing called the Hyperloop. And you may remember it because that was like just on the cusp of the era where everyone was like, is Elon Musk actually stupid? Some people already knew that, but this was like kind of the wider recognition of that. And yeah, let's look a little bit at kind of what was promised here. What is this Hyperloop? It sounds very futuristic. So it's called Elon Musk. This is a TED video. The future we're building. Let's see.
Tunnel network just by using 2 parking spaces. And then the car gets on a skate. There's no speed limit here, so we're designing this to be able to operate.
So your car goes on a platform in a tunnel.
At 200 kilometers an hour, about 200 kilometers an hour, or about
goes at 200 kilometers an hour or 130 miles per hour.
130 miles per hour. So you should be able to get.
So it's a pre-built track where a car goes on, and this is the future.
From say Westwood to LAX in 6 minutes.
Now, some people have pointed out, instead of the system where there's only one car at a time, how about you build it like a train? How about at the same speed, we just have more people per space, you know? So yeah, they started construction on this thing in 2019. And there have been reports that, you know, the project has been not abandoned, but, you know, clearly people are caring about it less. And well, today we're going to see the result of that. We're going to see we're going to look into what happened to the Vegas loop. So this was the concept art. Here they're like, maybe it will be like a train a little bit. Still an inefficient one. Like, this is still a lot less people that you would have per that space compared to a regular train. For some reason, it's like a transparent box. So in 2021, the plan was to have 5 to 10 stations operational within the first 6 months of construction, with 20 more stations being added each year until the project was complete. Okay, so this is the map. This is the full Vegas loop plan. At the end of this video, we're gonna see how much of this is currently operational now in 2026. This is like what's supposed to be at the very end. Whenever they finish this thing. This is the entire extent of where it's supposed to be going. So at the end, we'll see how much of that is actually done. So the first 3 stations did open up in 2021, and they did the following. They connected one end of the very large Vegas Convention Center to the other. So for now, the Vegas Loop allowed you to just go from bit to other bit of the same convention center. Granted, it is a distance of about a mile. It's a very big convention center. Between 2022 and 2025, they've also added other stations that stop at 3 nearby casino resorts. So that's what you can do in there right now. But this experience doesn't stop at the loop itself. That is actually, I mean, the loop is tiny. There's also a shuttle service from the airport to the loop. Let's have a look at this. Let's look at this. Let's look at the future. This video is by Dustin Tries.
The Las Vegas loop for the first time after getting our bags from baggage claim.
So you get the bags. He has the ticket. There's music, there's copyright.
Our Apple Wallet.
I'm gonna have to mute him. So yeah, then you get to the airport and it's just a car driving you to the Vegas Loop. Just a man driving you into it.
But eventually had an opportunity to go through the tunnels.
It's just a car driving through a very narrow tunnel. Can we have a repeat? Can I look at this again? We've gone for most of the drive, but eventually had the opportunity to go through the tunnel. But it's just a tunnel. It's just a tunnel. Now, these tunnels only allow Tesla cars to be driven in them, and even then, it's only specific models of Teslas. And even then, you can't bring your own Tesla and drive it through the tunnel. You gotta use their Teslas and, you know, have their person drive you. So it's even less efficient than just a car driving through a tunnel, because at least at that point, you know, you'll be the driver or something, you know. Here you can even fit less cars by quite a bit than what you would normally be able to in a tunnel. So one thing to keep in mind as we watch these videos, the Boring Company has claimed that one day this system will be able to serve 90,000 passengers per hour. So let's keep that in mind. Okay, I want everyone to keep this in mind as we see videos from what it actually looks like now. 7 years into this. So this is Josh Peck. Let's see Josh's experience.
Convention Center and a few other select hotels. And I knew it was run by Teslas, but I thought they were self-driving.
Look at how empty this place is. No one's taking this. So Josh thought they're going to be self-driving Teslas.
And it turns out I was very shocked that they were not self-driving. There was a driver.
Yeah, feels like that kind of ruins the whole point. Feels like it would just be way easier to have a car on a track. But who am I to say?
It was not a very busy day. There was nothing going on at the convention center.
Look at how empty it is. There's nothing there.
So I ordered the ride on my phone and went and waited for...
All right, there's some music playing in the background. He waited in the waiting area for the car to arrive. And when the car arrived, he was shocked because all of a sudden I saw that there was a driver. Yeah, it's just a car driving through a tunnel. And there it is.
And it was taking me, I was going from Resorts World over to the Westgate. I just picked a random stop because I want...
It's like basically just an Uber and it can just go through this tunnel. So this video is by this account right here. And yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a closer look into this tunnel, into this incredible tunnel that can drive you from one end of a convention center to another to 2 casinos.
We do have airport shuttles, but it's surface street right now.
Okay.
This is insane.
This is terrifying. This is what this is so f***ing narrow.
And does the Tesla drive it itself on this bit?
Nothing is autonomous. We drive it.
Oh my god.
Nothing is autonomous. If I were her and I was driving through this narrow f***ing tunnel all day successfully, I wouldn't want the autonomous car to take credit for it. And yeah, this thing is so narrow. In 2022, it was dubbed as a death trap.
Is it boring driving down here with all of this? Oh my, there's a traffic jam.
Oh, you know what? When it's busy with new people constantly, it's not too bad. But when it's slow and you're by yourself, it kind of gets a little boring sometimes.
You're stuck in a traffic jam. I don't think there's enough space to open or barely any space to open a door.
Circling around constantly.
Driver has to circle around constantly. And yeah, this is how the actual Vegas Loop stations look like. This is from this account right here. Oh my gosh, guys, have you ever been to the Vegas Loop? No.
Ever been to the
Not yet.
Vegas Loop? This is my first time seeing it. I'm so behind. Maybe I'm not the only one. So actually, let's learn what is the Vegas.
This looks like a taxi pickup spot.
I got picked up by Vegas Loop. The loops connect various parts.
And it's the same thing. So yeah, here's some more images of what the stations look like. Very barren now. Apparently it gets a lot busier during like when there is a convention, which makes sense. Because that's a lot of what it could do. Take you from one bit of the convention to the other. But like, I mean, we saw those videos. It's just like nothing. So a lot of that kind of distance that you're saving would be, it's about a mile. You're saving maybe on the higher end, like 20 minutes of walking, 15 minutes of walking. That's all the Vegas Loop does. And to save that time, you gotta go through you gotta go to that station, big, vast station for some reason. You gotta wait for the car to arrive. Sometimes you share it with other people, which I guess is good in terms of efficiency.
This is the Vegas Loop, Elon's answer to traffic.
This is his answer to traffic. Can we get a video again of, this is his answer to traffic.
So is there often a lot of traffic here?
No, I think what's happening is the South Hall.
He solved traffic.
The building doors are closed.
Oh, they are?
So no one's going to that. So I think what's going on is it's just these two, and that's why it's just constantly.
This is his answer to traffic.
Save about 15 minutes or 20 minutes of walking. I'm going to show you what that looks like. We take the
Alright, you take the escalator.
escalators downstairs.
This is all you get. This is everything you gotta do to save those minutes. Or if you have trouble walking, an Uber or whatever away. Or a car. But we're making the comparison to walking here. Just to see how long this takes.
This is the central station. So this is what the Vegas Loop by Boring and Tesla.
I feel like I'm insane. It is just a f***ing tunnel. It's a tunnel that you can only go through with his cars. This is crazy.
Going west?
Yep, you can go number 2.
Awesome, thank you. Howdy.
How you doing?
Good.
You Boyd?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna ride with these 2 people.
Perfect. Hi, how's it going?
And yeah, you share the Tesla. A bus that goes through that tunnel would be so much better. Make a long Tesla bus. F*** it.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
How we doing today?
Thank you. Hello. How's it going?
Good, good.
I would love this actually. Yes. Good job. Oh yeah. I love the drive. Happy rainbow lights. Yeah. Amazing.
Happy rainbow lights. So people have been like talking about problems with the whole system when it comes to like waiting for the car to pick you up. We're watching a clip from this video right here.
So a driver pulls up to unload, and what happens next is truly amazing. One of the waiting parties approaches the driver's side window to claim the ride, but apparently there were other parties in the waiting area that had ordered rides first, so now the driver has to referee who gets the next ride.
This is insane. This is so stupid.
This is legitimately insane stuff.
That's what I'm saying as well. I'm also saying it's insane. What a waste of everybody's time this thing is. A lot of people have been saying that it feels a bit like, you know, they expect a little bit more. Let's see. Let's go into Vegas Loop at Resorts World. You gotta go down to this whole vast area just for this parking lot. And it was so anticlimactic, I would not recommend. Because it's a tunnel. It's as climactic as a tunnel. So how much does this cost? Around $4.25 for a single trip, or $12.50 for a day pass per person, not per car. And again, sometimes you might be seated with other people because it is a less efficient version of a bus or or a train. It's just this like pursuit of, you know, like what we're gonna try to do to public transportation, but make it less efficient, because when it's efficient, it's less sexy. That's all it is. Or it feels less like a future thing. But this is just stupid. This is just a waste of everybody's time. It's a waste of space. I guess I am glad that there's a system that gets people from certain points in Vegas a bit more efficiently. But they could have invested the same resources to make a thing that's way better. And they just chose not to, because visually, it works for Elon Musk less. So yeah, business really fluctuates based off of whether there is a convention happening or not. According to this Guardian article, the system is much busier when there's a convention happening, but today the stations beneath the LVCC, the Las Vegas Convention Center, are closed. At its peak, the system might have 160 Teslas in circulation, but today there are 4! All of this tunnel for 4 Teslas to just be driving around in a loop, which turns out to be 3 more than are needed. The Boring Company claims its operation is cheaper than traditional metro systems since its tunnels are smaller and its operation leaner, but it is hard to see how the numbers add up. Leaving aside the loop's claim that it will one day serve 90,000 passengers an hour. So that's what we said the claim is to one day be able to do. Its current maximum capacity of 6 cars a minute with 4 passengers a Tesla, that adds up to 2,400 passengers an hour. By comparison, London's incredible Elizabeth line, just that one line alone, just one Hyperloop, carried more than 240 million passengers last year, or 665,000 a day. The same amount that the Loop can possibly do. It's most likely not doing that. It did the maximum of what that can do in one day. The Loop requires 1 driver for every 4 passengers, whereas one Elizabeth line train with 1 driver can carry 1,500 people. An assistant professor of public policy, Ben Leffel, said this: "The Loop is the biggest, most absurd transit scam I have ever heard of. The Boring Company has been lying to policymakers all around the world that their form, which is Teslas and tunnels, can transport people more quickly than any kind of rail. And take it from me, this is physically impossible. I think like a kid can figure that out." Visually, you look at it, and you see that there's this much space, and you can only fit 3-4 passengers. So yeah, I said earlier, I'll reveal the difference between what the full plan states and what's currently operational. So let's reveal it. 3, 2, 1. There it is. The blue bit is what's currently operational. Purple is the whole plan. They've only done the blue bit. This is f***ing embarrassing. All right, guys, this is the video. Wow, what a ride. What an incredible adventure this has been. Let's all make sure we like and subscribe. Let's all make sure we watch my video on the main channel about another weird thing that was promised to be the future. Snoop Dogg did this. He made 3 metaverses during the NFT era. and they've all been deleted. I'd check that out. Check out that video if you're interested. And make sure to subscribe to just send me going around in a big loop forever and ever and ever and ever.